Hello and welcome back to When I Knew You. We will be continuing where we left off, which, if you recall, is after Callum had the talk with Baxter about David, and we found out that David was getting worse. And something that I forgot to talk about in the previous video was also Adrian, the little bunny. I think they were a bunny, right? Who was also giving some cryptic information to Callum about David. And while he didn't see or talk to David personally, he saw that most reactions to David were that he was kind of abrasive. He was kind of, not that he wasn't a good person, but that he probably would be somebody that you would want to steer clear of most of the time. And then Baxter came in and said like, oh, like his sort of, I guess you could say manic energy sort of worked well to be the captain of the football team, but that he also had like his little habits and things like that that sort of rubbed him the wrong way, trying to force the team to like train like him and basically be like him, which Baxter didn't really like. And also because of what he was doing, it was also sort of rubbing people the wrong way to the point where eventually they kind of didn't want him on the team anymore, or they wanted to intervene before it got worse, and they were going to speak to the coach, but then, you know, he disappeared. So, yeah. Other than that, there's still this weird little tension between Marcus and Callum, you know, after their little night that they spent, but they don't seem to be talking about that much, but they're going to have to speak about that because they're going to be at a party for Halloween, so yeah. Also, it's pretty funny. At least the beginning part is going to be pretty funny because Callum's costume. You'll see. But anyway, so yeah, without further ado, let us continue When I Knew You. I think this is chapter 5. Yeah. Let us finish out chapter 5. October slipped away a little too quickly. Much like every day after the eclipse night, the month passes me by in a slow, blurry haze. Lately, I've been spending a lot more time with Troy and his club friends, since being alone with Marcus is practically impossible for me to handle. They're sweet and nice to be around, but it's a bit hard to join in on the conversation. So, not so different from the football team. Karina and I exchange occasional pleasantries, but there is a sort of tension between us that I'm not sure is gonna go away anytime soon. And Marcus. Well, things are really awkward with him. We barely say more than 2 or 3 sentences to each other nowadays. It's like we both, well, no. Like, we're both in a standoff, waiting for the other person to turn around and just shoot the gun already. But instead, we just keep counting and walking further and further away from each other. Anyway, what with the investigation? I seem to have hit a bit of a stump. I've asked around the school to people that I talk to from time to time in a casual way so that it doesn't seem like I'm overly curious about it. But no one seems to know anything other than the basics. Whatever happened that day must have been really kept under the radar, which is surprisingly for such a small town. But maybe this is a sign to, at the very least, pause the investigation for a while. It's draining me more than I'd like to admit, and honestly it's hard to focus when my mind is always somewhere else. In any case, I've decided to take a break from it, especially tonight. Tonight is Halloween, which means that it's also Darcy's big party. Which means that I'm going as Marcus's date. The party doesn't start until 9, I'm told. So why I'm at school 5 hours before the party starts, getting ready for it, here is a mystery to me. A mystery that I hope won't drain me as much. So, why am I here again? Troy paces the classroom, eyeballing me every once in a while as I'm sitting on one lonely chair in the middle of the room. Because you don't have a costume, Callum. The fuck are you thinking? Well, I don't know. It's a high school party. Who the hell wears a costume to a high school party? Normally, yes, you don't. But this is Darcy's party and she's... extra? Yeah, exactly. What are we even waiting for anyway? Well, since this is so last minute, I'm asking for help from the cosplay club. Sophie said the vice president should be here soon, so let's hope that you're in good hands. I hear Darcy is really particular about the costumes. Crazy bitch. What? Sophie? Huh? Callum? I'm about to tease him more when the classroom door swings open, making us both jump. And in walks a familiar, bulky figure. What the? Ronnie? Twink? Twink's friend? Hi? You're the vice president of the cosplay club? I'm a guy of many talents. Clearly. So, Troy, right? What are we working with? Oh, yeah. He points at me and then they both look my way like I'm a couch that they're considering buying. I took his measurements already. 165 centimeters or 173 if you count the ears. I don't. Didn't think so, but just in case. Ronnie nods. No bust to speak of. Skinny arms, small feet and hands, and a torso that can slip into anything. I glare at Troy, but Ronnie just nods at him like this is standard procedure. So, got anything that fits him? Ronnie makes me stand, spread out my arms, spin. I feel like a doll that's getting a new dress. Well, we might. He's a lot shorter than most of the guys there, though. So, what does that mean? He looks at Troy and Troy looks at me, at first with pity. But then with a malice. It means... you're gonna have to cross-dress, Callie. Haha. What does it actually mean? No. Oh, yes. I look over at the bull helplessly and getting increasingly more nervous. Ronnie? There's a girl with a really similar physique to you. We have a recent costume using her as a model, so... there aren't any guys? None as small as you. This is a joke. I cross my arms firmly and I sit back on the chair. Not doing it. No way. Oh, come on, Callum. What are you gonna do? Go all the way to Cornelia Street and get something from Party City? Darcy would laugh at your face. True. See? She'll laugh at my face if she saw me cross-dressing too, so I'm getting humiliated either way. Dude, it's Halloween. I guarantee you that no one gives a shit if you have a skirt on. Ronnie nods again. Pretty sure one of the guys from the team is going as a MILF from Resident Evil. See? That's different. That's obviously as a joke, unlike me. Ugh, fine then, don't go. No party, no Marcus. So? I quickly glance over at Ronnie, whose poker face is as stone cold as ever. I see him every day anyway. Oh, the unsupervised fun that he'll have. He'll probably be drunk, kissing all kinds of people. Yeah, right. As if Marcus would do that. I turn to Ronnie. Right? He's quiet for a second, then shrugs casually. Wouldn't be the first time. In an instant, I'm hit with a wave of jealousy so powerful that it's hard to breathe for a moment. Troy must see right through me because he just smiles triumphantly. I'm quiet, my legs bouncing incessantly for a minute. Is this costume... revealing? Not really. It's almost like a school uniform. Fine. Not like I have anything better to do tonight. Attaboy. Knew you'd come around. I'll leave him to you, Ronnie. I'll take good care of him. You guys are really sick, you know that? A yellow blonde wig, short-sleeved sailor uniform with black, shiny sleeves attached to my arms. A skirt that needed minor adjustments to fit my more narrow hips, jet black stockings that might as well be tights with how high they are, and a pair of shiny black Mary Jane's shoes. I feel ridiculous, yet oddly cute at the same time. Most of this cosplay was apparently made by Ronnie himself, and although it wasn't made to fit me specifically, I'm impressed by how well it does. I look like a really expensive doll. Well, well, well. Not a word. Not even a compliment. It won't sound like a compliment coming out of your mouth. Aw, come on. You do actually look cute. Pretty convincing, I'd say. Take a good look, cause I'll never dress like this again. You're no fun. In truth, I honestly wouldn't mind too much, but waiting here in Troy's bedroom for Marcus to show up is making me angsty. Worst case scenario, he's grossed out and I die of natural causes, a heart attack. Why aren't you in costume yet? Because I'm not going. Huh? Why not? Didn't get an invite. Also, just not my kind of party. Way too loud. You're gonna leave me alone with him? You say that like it's a bad thing. You don't get it. I haven't actually been alone with him since that lunar eclipse night. Yeah? You've acted weird around him ever since then. What actually happened that night? Nothing. Did you two make out? What? No. We just talked. That's all. Well, whatever. Tonight might be the night that you two do more than just talk. Nah, we won't. Ugh. Marcus? Yeah? Come in. I hear the door open and Marcus's heavy footsteps slowly making their way up the stairs. I feel like I'm about to pass out, frantically looking for a place to hide until Troy hugs me from behind, holding me in place. I give a silent screech and start whisper screaming at him. Oh, please, please, he can't. Shh, shush. You'll mess up the costume. Before I can escape his hold, Marcus steps into the room and Troy and I freeze. He's dressed like a member of the FBI, but there's not nearly enough padding on him to be an actual uniform. Must be a video game character. Is he... Leon? He looks rugged and toned, the harness accentuating his chest and arms. He's incredibly sexy, like always. He is Leon S. Kennedy, isn't he? He looks at us, bewildered and shocked. We look back at him, embarrassed and speechless. Hey. Sup? His eyes then land squarely on me and I look away as fast as I can. Troy lets me go and puts his hand on my shoulders, presenting me like a prize. Look what I bought at American Girl. I'm too embarrassed to fight back, standing there nervously as Marcus looks me over. Well, isn't he cute? Oh, yeah, yes, really cute. I mean, a normal amount. He looks good. You look good, Cal. Thank you. Ugh, barf. Anyways, he's all yours. Troy gives me a strong push, enough to land square against Marcus's big frame, which honestly felt like hitting a wall. Marcus quickly holds me upright and doesn't let me go even after I've regained my balance, his left arm wrapped around my waist and pulling me firmly to his side. Leon, right? From Resident Evil? Oh, yeah, cool, right? Pretty low effort. Suits you perfectly. Wise ass. What are you doing tonight? Probably just watch a movie. Hand out candy. Shit like that. Alone? Yeah, it's alright though. Troy, you there? An unmistakable female voice calls out to Troy and he starts getting panicky. Shit, you guys, go out through the back. Huh? Why? Just go, or I swear to God you'll both be sorry. Marcus and I exchange a quick glance and without another word, scurry out of his room. After successfully running out the back door and going around the house, Marcus and I are well on our way to the party. My windows rolled halfway down out of fear that any more wind will send my wig out flying. After a couple of minutes, Marcus slaps my thigh loudly, making me jump. Ow! Hey, what the hell? That was definitely that Sophia chick, right? Sophie. And yeah, no doubt about it. Have you ever talked to her? She doesn't hang out with him during lunch. Not really. She's pretty quiet, actually. She's like, only comfortable with some people, you know? Oh, I know. Adrian immediately comes to mind. Makes sense. Marcus glances at me, looking me over before grinning. I glare at him. Not a word from you either. But you're so cute. I know he's joking from the tone of his voice, but it's still exciting to hear him call me that. Well, lucky you then, bringing such a cute date to the party. He looks at me and after a moment he smiles. Yeah, I'm real lucky. The long, long-awaited party. It's pretty average, I'd say. The pool does in fact have a slide, but Ronnie talked it up too much. It's small and pointless, but the guys who've used it seem to be having fun, so to each their own, I guess. Inside is a bit more colorful with bright, sexy costumes glistening and glittering around the living room. Apparently, you don't need a good costume as long as you have sex appeal. So it's a good thing that I actually do have a good costume. Yo. Marcus presses a cold beer bottle against my cheek and I wince instinctively. Here, no fun if you don't at least get a little drunk on Halloween. No fun getting drunk, period. I take the bottle, my stomach churning a bit at the smell. But I guess you have a point. I take a small, easy sip from the bottle, making Marcus burst out laughing. What? If you don't want it, you don't have to drink. No, I do. I will. It's hard to talk to people at parties if you're sober, especially if I'm wearing this. I look down at my skirt, wishing that it was a little bit longer. Maybe. Stick with me though. I'll make sure that you don't get too drunk. You don't have to take care of me. It's fine. I don't... Yo! Baxter slings his arm around Marcus, tiptoeing to be somewhat at his height. He's dressed as the Joker, I think, with green hair and a purple suit. Who's the hottie? Callum's gonna get jealous. Callum? Hi. Holy shit, dude. I thought you were a girl. Thank Ronnie for that. You know, what do you want, clown? Like this suit? You look like a gay pimp. I look awesome, right, Cal? It's pretty cool. Plus, you're not dressed as the movie reboot Joker, so it shows that you're not an incel. My thoughts exactly. Anyway, can I steal Marcus for a second? We gotta do the Nights Halloween Nights game. The what? Oh, come on. You know what happened last time. We made new rules. No going out of the house. It'll all be in the basement. Yeah, alright. It'll be fun. Hell yeah. Wanna come, Cal? Whoa, that's a no-go. First game is nights only. You know the rules. Oh, fuck, that's right. No worries. I'll go mingle. You should kiss a dude and then talk in a really deep voice. Don't do that. Wasn't planning to. Getting sucker punched isn't my idea of fun. Hehe. Alright. Come on, go, 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 go. He slaps Marcus on the arm and pushes him towards the basement, and Marcus tries calling out to me. If you get bored, just show up. We'll let you in. Okay. And off they go, leaving me alone. I stand there for a second, wondering what the hell I'm gonna do now, until a pair of familiar bunny ears pass my vision. I focus my eyes and see that Adrian scurried into the corner of the room, phone clutched tightly in his hand as he scans the room, an intense look on his face. I curiously make my way over to him and stand in his way to make him notice me. After about a minute, he does, and his face twists from recognition to confusion to uncertainty. It's me. Yeah. Callum? Oh my gosh, you... Whoa. You look so good. I do? Yeah. You look really cool. Well, thanks. You look cool too. No, I look like an isekai hooker. Just a little bit though. You make it work. Thanks. Why are you wearing that anyway? Actually, what are you even doing here? I thought that you didn't like these kind of events. I don't. Trust me, I'd rather be anywhere else, right? But Lauren said that he needed my help with this case. I'm his sidekick. He gestures at his body, a look of shame on his face. He's also the one that dressed me, if you couldn't tell. This Lawrence guy sounds like a real piece of work. I kinda wanna meet him. Good luck. That hyena's got all of his attention, whether he wants to admit it or not. I swear that guy's love life is all kinds of complicated. Looks like Lawrence has a lot on his plate. I'd like to hear his story someday. In any case, I'm his eyes right now, on the lookout for someone. He holds up his phone and gives it a little shake. So instead of eating candy, I'm doing vigilante shit dressed as a medieval whore. Sorry to hear that. At least your ass is fat. You think? Anyway, have you seen that Aster guy around? We're looking for him, right? Well... I'm kinda taking a break from the investigation right now. But I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't looking out for him. The asshole doesn't seem to be here, though. Makes sense. You did say that he lives in another town. This party's not exactly easy to get into. Yeah, well, not like I wanted to run into him anyway. That's true. Well, I'll leave you to your special mission. Bring me some candy on Monday. Just a hard candy, though. You monster. Much like the last party I went to, I stay in the kitchen for a while, the only part of the first floor where it isn't obscenely loud. This time, however, a couple of guys actually come up to me and talk to me, but after they realize I'm a guy, they cut our interaction short and hightail it away. It gets disheartening after the 5th time or so, and I'm about to reach for the dreaded 4th beer when a tall, horned figure approaches me. Hey girl, twink. Whoa, cool costume. Thanks, made it myself. He looks like some kind of Japanese demon, the costume a bit more revealing than anything that I've seen on him so far. What are you doing here alone? Where are you coming with Marcus? He's doing the Knights game extravaganza thingy. Oh, right. Why are you doing it? Because it's boring. They just get drunk and play party games. Not like you're doing anything better. I'm talking to you, aren't I? Oh, smooth. Thanks. You could still, like, go down there and watch them. They say that it's members only, but they don't give a shit if anyone joins. Maybe. I might hang out here for a bit more. Well, don't take too long. They do weird games in senior year that I've heard. And be sure to keep an eye on Marcus. Oh. Shit. Yeah. Ugh. Does everyone know that I like him? Pretty much. You guys should just get it over with and go out already. Haha. As if. It's a nice thought, though. Maybe when we're old and alone we could hook up. Pussy. Huh? Wait too long and he might just move on to someone else. Just keep that in mind. He pats my thigh and after getting a beer from the cooler next to me, he nods and makes his way back into the crowd. I eye the door to the basement, wondering if Marcus is down there playing those games. I hop off the counter. Callie! Shit. Karina gives me a hug that's a bit too tight and smiles at me sheepishly. Baby, you're so pretty. Thanks. You're... Wow, I mean... Like it? She's in a skin-tight jumpsuit, in shiny black boots and big red goggles on her head, her hair flowing loosely down her back. You look gorgeous. Isn't it a little cliche though? What? No way, Catwoman's awesome. I wish Marcus would have gone as Batman. How cute would that have been? So cute. Speaking of, where the hell is he? There's something that I want to tell him. My heart stops pounding as my hands turn to ice, the familiar feeling of fear rushing through my body. What are you gonna tell him? She looks at me like that. A smug, knowing look that says one thing. What do you think? In that moment, a wave of anger flows through me so quickly, the red lights on the dance floor burn with intensity. Maybe I'm a little too drunk, or maybe this was the last straw kind of thing, but something in me clicks something. Well, I think I saw him outside with Ronnie. You should ask him, okay? Outside? You better not be skinny dipping. She leans in and gives me one loud, wet kiss on the cheek and smiles at me again. Thank you, sweetie. Enjoy your night. And then she's off, sashaying away as she loudly sings the lyrics to whatever song is playing right now. Without giving myself much time to think about what I just did, I head towards the basement in long, quick strides, avoiding being seen by anyone. The basement door swings open with ease and loud chatter can be heard below, mostly male voices all trying to speak over one another. I nervously make my way down the stairs and see that there are about 10, 15 people down there, and not just guys. Plenty of girls are here too, and I start getting cold feet. Thankfully, no one has noticed me yet. My eyes quickly scan for Marcus, and sure enough, there he is, laughing and joking around with his teammates. He really looks cute when he laughs. Maybe I shouldn't be here. He seems to be having fun and I don't want to ruin it for him. Yo, Callum! Most of them go quiet as they turn to look in my direction, Baxter waving me over to them. You came! Aw, great timing, dude. With everyone's eyes on me, my face burns in shame and I slowly creep my way back up the stairs. I was just leaving, actually. Huh? No, come down here. Before I even realize it, Baxter's already in the stairway, grabbing me by the torso before I can escape. Come on, we're playing a game. He grunts as he places me right in the middle of the crowd. The guys snicker at me and the girls whisper to each other, and I feel like I'm in some kind of nightmare. Baxter disappears, but only for a second, holding up an empty bottle triumphantly. Alright, sit. All of us. In the circle. Sit, sit, sit. Everyone follows his orders and I quickly follow too, sitting in between a really tall kangaroo dressed as Venom and a cute, busty rabbit dressed as Slutty Princess Peach. Marcus is sitting almost directly across from me and he gives me a somewhat worried look that says, "What do you get yourself into?" Baxter sits next to him after carefully reviewing our seated order and places the bottle in the middle. Gee, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, we conclude the night's Halloween night's game with our third and final game. As is tradition, since this is our last Halloween as a team, it's set in stone that we have to make some memories. So let's play a game that everyone knows and no one will forget anytime soon. Halloween Nights Game 3. Spin the bottle. An eruption of cheers echoes through the small basement, and my eyes immediately meet Marcus, who is already looking at me. But he quickly looks away, and so do I, staring at the bottle in the middle of our circle in complete denial. We're playing? Huh? Alright, we spin to see who goes first, then go clockwise from that person. Repeats are allowed. It's all random after all. If the kissing gods want you to go at it 30 times, so be it. If both parties refuse to kiss someone, they'll be locked in the closet for 7 minutes in heaven. What you do in those 7 minutes is none of our business. If only one person refuses, they're out. The game ends when there's only 2 people left. Alright, let's start. Baxter gives the bottle a good spin, my heart pounding hard, hoping that it's not me right from the get-go. But instead it lands on someone to my middle left. And so the game starts. I'm terrified to say the least. With every spin of the bottle, I get increasingly more nervous, and when it doesn't land on me, I sigh in relief. I couldn't handle the rejection if someone didn't want to kiss me. I think that I'd leave and never emotionally recover. But that's not really my biggest worry. It's almost Marcus's turn. Having to witness Marcus kiss someone else, I don't think that I'll be able to stomach it. Baxter's turn. He spins the bottle lazily and it lands on a chubby husky wearing a baseball uniform. The crowd cheers and Baxter crawls over to him, seductively. Aw, come on. Backing out? Fuck no. Then kiss me, fat ass. The annoyed husky grabs Baxter's face and kisses him roughly. The crowd goes wild, hooting and cheering like crazy. Their kiss is sloppy and gross, but it gets a laugh out of everyone, including me. I slap and cheer along, joining in on the noise and glance over at Marcus. Again, he's looking right at me, but this time he smiles and shakes his head. I wink at him and point at the kissing jocks, implying that he's next, but he just rolls his eyes and sticks his tongue out to me. Although I'm joking about it, I feel my stomach start to churn violently, knowing what's about to come. And with a deep breath, I steel myself for the worst. After Baxter sits back in his spot, he wipes his muzzle and slaps Marcus on the shoulder. You're up, Captain. Marcus glances at Baxter, then at me, and then at the bottle, as a crowd cheers him on enthusiastically. And with one strong flick of his wrist, Marcus spins the bottle. I stare at it, horrified, as it spins and spins to no end, praying to God that it lands on someone that I really wouldn't care about. Any of the big guys, but even then, I don't think that I like seeing that at all. Okay, I'm not stupid enough to hope that it'll be me, so I'll just have to grit my teeth and bear with it. Baxter would be funny, right? Ha ha ha, totally. When is this fucking bottle gonna stop spinning? Finally, it slowly starts to lose speed and my heart stops beating altogether, the anticipation slowly building up and up that I feel like I'm about to piss myself. I have just enough time for the last-ditch prayer, hoping that it's me, please be me. And then the bottle comes to a stop, its hollow opening staring right at me. Huh? The crowd erupts into loud hoots, but my brain can't really process the sound as it tries to understand what exactly is going on right now. It's me? It landed on me? Seriously? There's no way. I look up at him, the only person that I see in this room, and he's looking at the bottle in shock, dumbfounded and speechless. Then his eyes slowly look up at me and meet mine, a gaze of wonder and disbelief mirroring my own. And I swear that I see his eyes flicker. Baxter hugs him tightly and shakes him around, yelling stuff that I can't comprehend at the moment, but Marcus just kind of stares at nothing, as if he's thinking. The people next to me nudge and poke me, and now is when is all starting to sink in. Holy shit, I'm gonna have to kiss Marcus. I blush a deep, burning red and look at Marcus intently, my heart feeling like it's about to burst out of my chest. Marcus eventually snaps out of his little trance and turns to Baxter, who's incessantly nagging him to go and kiss me already. No. Huh? I'm not kissing Callum. He uncomfortably looks away as a crowd boos and questions him. Oh. Aha. I mean, I knew he wouldn't want to, but I thought that he would just for fun. Just out of pity. Tears sting my eyes and I hang my head down, blinking rapidly. What the hell, man? Why not? Bax, I said no. His tone of voice is final, and my voice breaks into a million little pieces. So that's it then. What about the eclipse? What about every time before? What about everyone telling me that he likes me back? Why would... Uh... That's cool, man. You're out. Callum, you want out too? I lift my head a little. and look at no one in particular, trying not to seem like I'm 1 second away from crying my eyes out. Yeah, I'll leave. Ha, then you know what that means. Huh? The kangaroo jumps up and pulls me up with him, pulling me towards the thin door on the right side of the room. Baxter and some other guys push Marcus as well, though he doesn't seem to be putting much resistance. After a bit of pointless struggling on my end, I'm pushed into the closet and Marcus's large frame quickly enters after me, making the room 10 times smaller. Baxter slams the door shut and calls out to us from the other side. 7 minutes, lovebirds. Make 'em count. The crowd laughs, and after a moment, the game seems to resume as normal. Some mess we got ourselves into, huh? I turn away from him and put my head down, feeling my long hair fall with it. As if things couldn't get any more awkward between us, locked in a closet wearing an anime girl outfit with my crush who rejected me not even a minute ago. I sigh and take my wig off, letting my scalp get some semblance of fresh air in this stuffy closet. I'm sorry, Marcus. I shouldn't have joined. Because of me, you're out of the game, and... I choke on my words, feeling a lump in my throat that refuses to go down. Why am I even saying anything? I'm just going to look like an even bigger idiot. This was stupid. I was stupid. I can't take this. I reach for the door and... Callum. His large hand quickly grabs my arm, gently and firm. He makes me turn and face him, and I look away, the closet walls on either side pitch black. Cal. What? I snap at him, but my voice wavers so much that I sound like I'm crying. Wait, I am crying. I quickly wipe my cheeks from any tears that may have fallen too far from my eyes and stare at him square on. I'm sorry. I said that I didn't want to kiss you. What? You really don't have to apologize for that. It's not a big deal. I try and escape his hold on me, but he stands his ground, not budging an inch. Yes, I do. Because I didn't mean it. I blink at him, my tears drying out somewhat as he stares right back at me. Huh? Callum. He almost whispers this, and the next thing that I know, his hands are on my hips, pulling me right up to his rock-hard chest. Marcus? He leans into my ear, and when he speaks, it's low and a bit mumbled, the smell of beer emanating from his breath. I said that I want to kiss you. I want to. So bad. You're all I want, Callum. All I've ever wanted for a while now. His hands start moving up, rubbing my pulsating chest as he continues. You're back. Here with me. Sometimes I can't even believe it, but then I show up at school the next morning and there you are. He takes a small whiffs of my hair, his hands rubbing my backside now. I knew that I had to keep my feelings in check. I knew that there were too many things on my path to be able to be with you the way that I wanted to. But then, it started happening. Chances. The day at the plaza, the night of the eclipse, small moments in between. They were all opportunities for me to do it, to man up and ask you out. He sighs through his nose, blowing air on me and making my ears flick. But I didn't. I never took the chance. I was scared that you might say no, that I'd lose you while you were right next to me, that we'd never be the same. But look at us. Look at the situation we're in. You showed up to this game just at the right time, and when I spun the bottle, it landed on you. He chuckles softly. What the hell are those odds? It's like the universe or God or something is handing you to me on a silver platter, saying, fuck man, just do it already. And yeah, I'm still fucking terrified. Terrified that you're waiting for me to finish so that you can just tell me to go fuck myself. But I know, I'll hate myself for the rest of my life if I don't do this now. He pulls me away and my eyes have adjusted to the darkness enough for me to see his face, nervous and flushed. I want you, Cal. I want you with me. No one else makes me as happy as you do. Do you... My hands had flown right up to his muzzle, pressing his snout so he doesn't open it. Don't say it. If you do, I won't be able to resist, so... I can't do that. I can't do that to Karina. Marcus sighs and pulls my hand away gently, wrapping them around the back of his neck and making me lean into his chest, his heart jumping through his tight shirt. I don't want Karina. I want you. I need you. And then he smiles. Soft, pleading with the warmth of the sun and his eyes full of stars. He wants me. He needs me. And I need him just the same. Marcus. I sigh his name, and with a sigh of his own, he leans in and firmly plants his muzzle against mine. The kiss is deep, filled with an insatiable hunger on both our ends. For more. More. He isn't close enough, and he knows that, even though we're as close as we physically can be. He parts his lips and slips his tongue inside my mouth, tasting, moaning. I let him have whatever he wants. It's not enough. It's never enough as I kiss him back harder, wanting to taste him for myself. His hands glide down to my hips, down to my legs, and he rubs the exposed part of my thigh, his firm hand against my bare fur. I moan and gasp between each kiss, and he pulls me away suddenly. But only to take off his shoulder holster, and once it drops to the floor, he pulls me right back to his chest, kissing me harder. This is insane. I'm making out with my best friend. Past memories and future consequences fade into nothing, the only real thing being me and him, right here, right now. I break our kiss, moans escaping my mouth against my will as his knees rub between my thighs. He doesn't slow down though, licking my cheeks hungrily, going down to my neck and biting me gently at first, then harder and harder. He pins me against the wall, his panting breath filling up the stuffy closet, but I don't mind one bit. I'm completely engulfed in him, his scent, his touch, everything in this moment. I am no one but Marcus's. Fuck. Cal, I need you so bad right now. Yo, your 7 minutes were up 7 minutes ago. The hell are you two? I'll, just put a suck on the handle. He slowly closes the door and loudly announces, "They're busy," which is met with a chorus of cheers and hoots. Marcus lets go of me, and I let go of him, realizing I was practically being carried by him. I adjust myself, grabbing my wig and fixing my uneven skirt as he picks up his holster and snaps it back on, clearing his throat. Should we, I'll go out first. Gotcha. After the most embarrassing walk of shame that I've ever done in my life, Marcus and I leave the party together. It's 2 a.m., against past the time that I told my dad that I'd be home, but that's not really on my mind right now. Marcus quietly drives me back home, and although that there is an irrefutable awkwardness between us, there is also a big enveloping relief. Because we both know that the feelings are mutual. He stops in front of my house and he taps his steering wheel a couple of times. So... It's awkward, but not the cautious tone that he used to use. Now it's almost cheerful. So... Should we talk about it? Well, not like we can pretend that it didn't happen this time. Yeah, can't do that anymore. Doing anything tomorrow? Not that I know of, no. Then what about tomorrow night? At the diner? Sounds pretty good to me. Well, alright then. He straightens up and smiles, and I return it to him. Till then. Till then. Sleep tight, Cal. Doubt that I'll be getting much sleep tonight. You and me both. After one last smile, I climb out of his trunk, and off he goes, away into the night again. Once I've showered and had the quickest, of my life, I lay on the bed, exhausted and wide awake at the same time. Ah, God, did that just happen? Or am I hallucinating? No, that was real. That was so real. I sighed happily and turned to my side, holding my phone in my hand. I left it here charging since I couldn't take it with me to the party. Maybe I should text him something? Nah, that would be weird. I sit up and grab it, quickly unlocking it to send him a message. And then my heart sinks as I see whose message I have unread. It's my mom. And that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Finally. Finally, you're about to see Callum's mom. Nah, finally they kissed. It was a long time coming, wasn't it? Coming. But yeah. So, I mean, if it was obvious to everyone, then shouldn't it also be obvious to Karina? I mean, that's probably what she was doing. That she was like, I better find the guy before he and Callum get together. Like, come on. And there is that too, that now they're gonna have to tell Karina, and she's gonna be like, oh, really? After I told Callum that I liked you too? Oh my God. I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's gonna be that mad. I mean, if the guy has his preferences, then you can't exactly change that. Whatever, despite what some people like you to think that you can go to a special camp and that things change, because they don't. That's just a lie. Mental torture. Anyways, but yeah, so yeah. It finally happened. They finally told each other that they, I guess in no uncertain terms, that they liked each other. Baxter being the ultimate wingman. I mean, because he basically was, like, if you didn't know any better, you would think that Baxter had set this all up, somehow. That Baxter was the mastermind in all of this. Which, I mean, kind of nice if he was, in his own little weird way. This is gonna be a long video. I mean, it's already 2 hours, 12 minutes, so it's probably gonna be a little bit shorter than that, but it's still gonna probably end up being split up in 2 parts. Which means that this is the first video, or the first chapter, that gets split up in 2 parts. Anyways, what else? So, focusing on the latter half of the chapter, interesting that Ronnie was the cosplay person. I was expecting, like, some other random character to show up, or that it was going to be Adrian. But nice to see that it was Ronnie. He's a multifaceted individual. He's not just the quiet guy, the quiet football player that you don't really know what's going on in his head. He's apparently into cosplay and anime. What else? I don't know. Not really much else is happening right now, except for the fact that Callum and Marcus have officially kissed, and that I'm assuming that they're gonna start to go out. I mean, after they have the discussion with Karina and Troy, although Troy was just like, he's like looking at his watch, is like, when are you guys gonna do it already? But yeah. But Callum's mom. And I will tell you right now that if you have issues with your parents, and with particular emphasis on parents not liking a particular facet of yourself, I mean, if you're on this channel and you're watching my videos, then you know what facet I'm talking about, but like, obviously, then that might be a hard chapter for you guys to listen to. Anything really related to Callum's mom is going to be a little bit hard for some people to listen to. particularly because it's gonna center around Callum and who he is, the things that he cannot change. And one of the things that has been also talked about throughout this visual novel in relation to David and, you know, abuse of a certain type of thing. A substance, if you will. Substance abuse. But yeah, so like, I guess I'm putting out like the content warning right now. Like, if you have issues with that, you might want to go into the next videos with a little bit of a preparedness. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on what's going on so far? You know, leave it in the comments, and thank you all for watching / listening. If you would like to play When I Knew You, you can do so by going down into the link in the description, which should have a direct link for the itch.io page where you can download the game and play it yourself. Or if you would, you know, if you already have an itch.io account, you know, just go looking for it there yourself, you know. I'm not your parent. I can't hold your hand and do everything for you. They do have a Patreon. So again, at the time of recording, they still haven't finished, or they haven't released the final chapter for what it feels like. Wow, I forgot the name. So if you want to read it before everyone else does when it comes out, then, you know, subscribe to their Patreon, or, you know, just subscribe and support the author. They're really good, obviously. Everyone liked the short story, and they were hoping that it would be longer, and, you know, if you support them, maybe it'll be longer. Also, I did notice one thing, that they kind of hinted to something having to do with this Lawrence character and the hyena. I mean, it obviously stood out because of hyena, but how they worded it out saying like, that would be an interesting story to talk about later. So either this Lawrence character is gonna appear later, or this is another, or this was a, like maybe a possible follow-up story for When I Knew You. Because, I mean, obviously the follow-up story ended up being What It Feels Like. But, there is a lot of potential in this universe of romance and whatnot. I mean, there is like a theme going on with this person's writings, but like, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so if you want to support them, maybe tell them like, hey, I want to know more about this character that you mentioned in When I Knew You. You have any ideas about turning it into another visual novel? But yeah. Also, my links down in the description. I did post a link today about saving up for buying a little kit that it's a conversion kit for your desk so that you can turn it into a standing desk, because I want to start recording standing up, because let me tell you, sitting down and recording and then sitting down again and editing takes a lot out of you, and I kind of want to start just using a standing desk. And because I bought this desk this year, I kind of feel bad about buying another desk just to have a standing desk. So I kind of just want to buy the legs, the bottom part, like the legs and the motor to turn the desk that I have into a standing desk. So like, if you want to help, my throne has a link for some Amazon gift cards, because I'm gonna buy the kit from Amazon. It's not a lot, you know. If you have extra money, it's the holidays. I'm poor. Give me money. But yeah, you know, you don't have to. I will buy it. It's just, you know, I could buy it faster if I have extra money. But yeah, so Ko-fi also have that, just in case, you know, you want to support through there. But yeah, channel member, in case, you know, you're seeing this video in the future, probably in December. Oh my god, it's the end of the year. But yeah, you know, whatever, channel member. I forgot what I was saying anyways. It's whatever. I guess that's it for now, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.